I'm the second half of Sherry Canino's collaboration, and I'm so grateful that Sherry invited me to participate and conduct this workshop with her. First of all, Sherry had a wonderful video talking about her sacred space and sharing some of her art and her philosophies and things. And so I thought before I share with you my first video next week that I'll do this introduction of myself, and I'm also going to share my parts of my studio with you today. I started art journaling when I was 42 years old, and I'm 50 now, and so 8 years ago, I started art journaling. It was Kelly Ray Roberts' book, Taking Flight, that first inspired me. And then it was Melody Ross from Brave Girls Club that really continued to just kindle that spark in me and just keep it going. It was her love of words in art combined with my love of the written word that really helped me define my style and who I am. I wrote a weekly column for 5 years in our local paper called View from the Front Porch. So writing is really something that I am most passionate about. I've kept a blog since 2009, but I started art journaling as a way to not just write in my journals, because I had been doing that since I was in 5th grade, but as a way to show with imagery, using imagery and colors to convey meanings. And so I'm going to share with you a few of my art journals. I tend to really not always have a definite idea of what I'm going to do in my art journals. So meaning I might just come into my studio sometimes and feel like being creative and playing around. So I'll get my journal out and then I'll just start going. And I always listen to music. And so I'm a huge fan of the 70s and the 80s, especially that light rock. And so I'll turn it on to Sunny Radio on iHeartRadio, which is a fantastic station if that's what really is your jam. And I'll turn that on, I'll start listening to music, and then all of a sudden I find those lyrics or that meaning behind a song is going onto my pages. And so anyway, I want to share some art journal pages with you. Some of them have writing and some of them don't. Some of them have writing underneath the paint and things, and so you just can't see them, but I know what's there. So I'm going to share with you also a canvas that I did too. Just wanted to let you know what, just want you to get a sense of my style. So the first thing I'm going to show you is just a little canvas. I really enjoy little canvases. I like to give them to my friends. You'll notice in all of my work there's always words. There's a phrase or a quote or just a word, because words, like I said, are so incredibly important to me, and that's what really is inspiring to me about this empowered creative woman. When Sherry approached me about this idea, I knew what her vision was, or at least I could see it, and I was so excited because when I create, I just don't create for the sake of creating. I create with, even though I don't always have a plan when I sit down and create, I want to create something that has meaning, that's going to inspire me. So my first little piece, Let Love In, I created this seriously years ago. It's one of my very first pieces. It was one of those that I did without using paper behind it, because I usually would collage bits of paper and things, but this was just something that I did with paint, and then my signature vintage image. I use vintage girls in everything. An art journal page. These two pages are actually two of my most viewed pages that I've ever shared on my blog. This first one, I'm using my favorite vintage girl. I think she conveys so much meaning. And then I love feathers. And I remember creating this page, and it says Truth Matters. And I remember creating this and just thinking about how I'll find feathers sometimes when I'm out walking. And my daughter told me once that every time you see a feather when you're out, it means that you're on the right path. And it just made me think about my path and what my truth is. And so that's where the idea came for this page. This is one of my most viewed pages as well. There is nothing on this as far as words go, which is really unusual for me. Kind of let you see it there. But I love this page because to me it just represents, there's all these ideas I have, and they're all like little compartmentalized ideas. And then here's me just kind of looking up and going, there's so many ideas. What am I going to do with them all? They're kind of just floating around. And so that was the idea for that page. I create in several size journals. This particular journal is the Dilutions journal. I love it. I love all those pages. They look all drippy and wonderful and warped, and I love that. And I love drippiness. Dina Wakley is my favorite mixed media artist. Like, I love her messiness, and I tend to be a pretty messy art journaler. Another one of my most viewed pages on my site is this one, and it's also one of my favorites. Another favorite girl that I use is this girl right here. And she looks like she's going to a party. She has a little party hat on, and she also looks like she's thinking about her path, and she's ready to start flying and soaring. This one says reach for the stars. These are my paper towel hearts that I did. I like to take the paper towels and sop up the ink and colors and things, and then I'll create shapes out of them. And these are the stars that I created. My messy signature background. I love messes. There is a little word here. It says dare to be different. And this page I remember creating just to remind me that I need to stand out, that it's okay not to follow the crowd. Let's see, another page, kind of give you an idea of what my style is like. One of my most viewed pages. This I used a photo of me, which I love to use photos of myself and my work. I take my selfies that I take on my phone, and then, I don't know, about twice a year, I'll send them off to Walgreens online, and I'll have them printed off in just like a wallet size, and you get 2 of them. And then I use these for everything. Like, I'll print off like 20 different selfies of me doing various things, and I use them in my journals. So there's a little clue, a little hint for you, I guess, a tip. I like to use birdies. This is just reminding me about my peace and choosing joy. And it says my studio, easy listening music, candles burning, cozy shirts, art journaling, and a mug of coffee. All those things protects my peace and gives me joy. So that's another one of my pages. Here is another one using a vintage girl, and also using napkins. If you've never used napkins in your pages, I'll show you how to do that in one of our things that we do. But this is another one of my favorite pages. This little gal here is a swimmer, and I just love her. She shows up in a lot of my work. These are from napkins, those beautiful flowers. Aren't they awesome? And then a lot of texture going on here. I love to add texture with modeling paste. And this particular page is everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind. So anyway, that is an example of what my style is like. I tend to reach for bright colors, bright bold colors, like bright yellows and pinks and blues and lime greens. And although I do like those bright colors, I like to mix them with more of that vintage shabby look. So, and that's why I really love those black and white photos, because they just pop with those bold bright colors. So I want to give you a studio tour now. This is my sacred space, and I absolutely love it. When I need to just relax, unwind, recenter, regroup, if I'm stressed, this is where I come. It's not always clean. In fact, right now I'm going to show it to you, and it's not perfect. And the reason I'm going to show you it that way is because, let's face it, none of our studios are perfect. None of them are magazine ready, right? I'm just going to be completely me. And speaking of being completely me, this is me right here. I wear a ball cap a lot. Caps are some of my favorite things to wear. I've been wearing them since I was in high school and in college. Most days you can find me with a ball cap on. This is one of my new ones. It says Johnny and June on it. I'm a huge Johnny Cash fan. You'll also see me with my cuffs, my armor. Be brave today. This is one of my friends from Love Squared Designs made this, and I love it. And I also love to wear hearts, so I've got this little heart that I really love with my little pink bracelet that my friend Lisa also made me. But this is me. T-shirt, a hat. This is me. You're gonna see my studio, my mess here in just a minute. But before I go, I just want to say once again, this is going to be a fantastic workshop. It's going to be full of my heart. I'm going to be sharing my heart, what's inside of me. I am real. I'm always a real person. I don't sugarcoat things. I'm a joyful person, but I don't sugarcoat things. And I am a real person. And remember, this workshop that Sherry and I are doing, it is for you. We want you to embrace it. We want you to learn and grow and be your authentic selves. And I'm so grateful that I get to be a part of it. Thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy my studio. Welcome to my studio, and let's just start out with a few of my favorite things. This is one of my favorite tag journals that I'm working on. If we come over here, we can see my little altar that I have made. This is the suitcase that I used to put my Barbie things in, and my dad put that Leslie Dawn Jackson on there when I was probably in middle school. This is my favorite photo of myself. I'm about 4 years old here, and this little girl here, she reminds me to be true and strong and to live my authentic life. I love butterflies and piglet and birds. I also love this little crown that my friend Sandy from Australia gave me, and she also gave me this awesome sand from Brisbane Island and a sweet little koala bear. My friend Stephanie Ackman made this beautiful Kleenex holder. I just love it. Stephanie is so incredible, and you cannot have a studio, in my opinion, without a stormtrooper, because we all know I'm a huge Star Wars fan and stormtroopers are my jam. Take a leap. That's a reminder to me to just keep going and just be bold. Wonder Woman, yeah, love my Wonder Woman, and this is one of my favorite tag books that I taught this class at Art Beach Retreat a few years ago, where I met Sherry. I've got artwork on my walls that I created, so I'm going to kind of zoom back here and let y'all see my walls. Stamp holder, just more of my artwork that I created, and just some of my themes. Like I said, you're seeing this is the real studio here. This is how it looks. Books, I've got some paper and stamps over here, a lot of my journals, the beautiful pink dream catcher that my friend Sherry gave me, a poster reminding me to see the world, to get out there and go on journeys. I wish I could take credit for that piece of art right there, but I did not create that canvas, but it is so pretty. I bought that at a art fair a while back. This is a shelf, a corner shelf that has been with me since I was a little girl. It was in my room, and I've kept it with me, and I have several art books in there. Charlie Brown, another one of my jams. He's my guy. I'm loving Charlie Brown, and he just sits in here and reminds me that, you know what, not everyone is going to like me all the time, and that's perfectly fine. My daughter gave me this bird cage, and it's fabulous. It's got my things from Brave Girls Club on it, my Brave Girls Camp stuff, and also my favorite emoji. That's my fave. I keep stencils and all kinds of things there. It probably looks like a mess to you, but to me, I kind of know what's in there. I'm pretty good at it. Some more Wonder Woman things, all my pins. I keep my scriptures close by. My scriptures mean a lot to me, and I also like to do Bible journaling. Just some more storage spaces. I always have to have a calendar. I'm a calendar girl. Some of my favorite art that I've created. I keep my stamps here, my most loved stamps anyway. And Dina Wakely, I think I own every set of hers. She is my favorite. This is where I work. This is my desk. This is where I do all my creating. And I keep things I need close by, as well as little reminders like this one. Good things are going to happen. And then, oh, I love this. My husband's so awesome. He bought me this amazing Mac computer 2 years ago, and I love it. And there we go. And then my cart full of paint. You gotta love a cart full of paint, right? It's awesome.